You've heard of the phrase, wolf in sheep's clothing. Meet Baba, a sheep in wolf's clothing. As Baba, you must find missing sheep and navigate them through unknown and dangerous territory to get them home. In order to do this safely, Baba has a unique stealth skill that when used, he will disguise himself as a wolf using wolf pelts. What the player does is either use the arrow keys or click on the mouse to move Baba to the desired location. It's up to Baba to find a way through a 3D puzzle to his friends and family. Along the way, the player will find lost sheep. The player will only need to touch the lost sheep to have them follow Baba. They disappear into an inventory. The more lost sheep Baba finds, the higher the score when the player reaches the end. When in danger, players can use the wolf pelts by pressing the space bar to hide from their enemies. This is known as a stealth pelt. However, donning the stealth pelt will render the players motionless. Players will come across enemies such as rabid wolves that wander looking for food, sentry wolves, more stationary wolves that guard entries and exits, and the infamous pack leader. Essentially, he's the boss. Baba is a clever sheep. The player will also have a certain amount of pheromone lures, basically just sheep pee in a jar, that they could use to throw into a location to lure nearby wolves to. The player will have to use the stealth pelts to get past rabid wolves, pheromone lures to get past sentry wolves, and a combo of both to get past the clever pack leader. If any area seems too tricky, Baba could choose to sacrifice a fellow sheep for the good of the pack. This lets the player click and throw a lost sheep from inside the inventory to a far-off location, luring nearby wolves toward. Doing this, however, will reduce the end score of the level for a trade of a few seconds of distracted wolves. Aside from navigating a 3D puzzle full of wolves, the player will be timed. The point of the timer is just to once again increase or decrease the player's score. Working alongside the amount of lost sheep the player finds, the shorter amount of time the player escapes in, the higher the score they'll get. The player will be able to manipulate some of the environment, such as moving logs in place to make bridges, rocks to make walls, and can use rivers or moving water to transport either of the two. In order to do this, Baba simply just has to push along any side of the object, and presto. Finally, the player will have a few stealthy tactics to evade capture. One is the stealth pelt, the second is pheromone lure, and the third is sacrificial sheep. The goal is to get Baba to the end of the level with the highest score. This is done by how fast the player gets Baba to the end, as well as how many lost sheep they collect when they do. For a stealth puzzler game, I see Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell as similar games. For risks, I can see how keeping puzzles fun and interesting being a risk, and how the wolves react to the player could be a risk as well. Here are my citations. Thank you.